more than a few surprises for this fortunate family. Number 14. Santa on the sidewalk. Up until now, we've witnessed Santa coming into the homes through chimneys, but in this next video, we see Santa taking a stroll down the sidewalk. This is probably very much different from what he's used to, but still, maybe Santa's just trying out a new entryway into the average house. In this video, two parents and their children saw Santa standing on the sidewalk in front of their home, contemplating which way that he should be taking into the house. However, after a while, Santa seemed to have disappeared, and that's when the family assumed that he had left. However, they would be wrong, because after some time, upon hearing noises outside, the people went out again with their video camera and caught Santa in their backyard. When the children began to call out for Santa, he finally noticed that he'd been caught, and he then made a run for it. But for this one family, this night will forever be etched in their memory as the night they caught Santa in the flesh on his routine rounds. Number 13. Santa's near escape. The next Santa sighting was a dream come true for every little child around the globe. Woken from sleep by his father in the middle of the night, this young child was told that Santa was in his house and to sprint if he wanted to catch him right before he left. Excited about the possibility, the child ran outside to catch Santa when he left through the chimney, and he saw Santa on the roof as he made his way out the chimney and disappeared into the night. However, it was not over yet. The child and his father ran back inside to catch the sparks in the chimney right on time. The flames seemed to be going wild and were burning high and low in a magnificent show of fire. When they finally quieted down, the kid noticed some initials inscribed in the ashes next to the fireplace. And guess what those initials were? Well, of course, they spelled out Santa. Santa did not leave without any trace of him, but wanted to leave a little treat for the boy who had woken up to see him. Number 12. The doorbell camera sighting. Next up, we have this fantastic footage of Santa and Rudolph paying a friendly visit to the neighborhood. But unfortunately, they were not as discreet as they had hoped to be. And how can they be? Santa is far too traditional to know how doorbell cameras work. But for us, this was the icing on the cake, as Santa would be caught clear as day holding a bag of goodies and approaching the door. But just as he was about to enter through the front door, he disappeared in a flash, and there was no sign of him on the camera anymore. This is when Santa suddenly appeared in the living room camera as if he had teleported from outside the door to the inside of the living room in a mere matter of seconds. After that, he was seen placing the presents under the Christmas tree, and all the while, Rudolph was waiting outside for him. Talk about an exciting Christmas Eve. I really don't know how Santa does it. Number 11. Disappearing Santa. In this next security camera sighting, Santa would be caught suddenly appearing in the living room from a beam of light. A sharp orangey glow seemed to teleport Santa into the room. Now, Santa can be hilarious because just as he entered the room, he didn't even take a moment before diving straight for the milk and cookies. After all, he loves it when people leave something out for him, since he works so hard all night long on Christmas Eve. Santa is then seen gulping down the milk and gobbling up the cookies before he drops a few presents and then disappears into the same light that he initially emerged from. Santa's just full of mystery and magic, isn't he? And if you also want to catch him sometime in your living room, install a hidden camera, but be careful that he doesn't see it, because you don't want to end up on the naughty list, do you? Number 10. A daylight sighting. Now, we've already discussed many sleigh sightings, but none are quite like this. The others were caught on camera at night, so they were not as clear, but this next sighting was captured in the bright light of the daytime, and there is no doubt that it is absolutely real. In the video, the sleigh can be easily seen, along with a pack of reindeer pulling on it, and a giant bag of goodies packed tightly at the far end. But why was the sleigh pictured in the daytime? Well, perhaps Santa had forgotten to deliver presents to this one little girl, and nighttime was over, so he had to quickly make a run for it in broad daylight. Yes, only Santa would risk being caught because of his love for all the children, and he couldn't bear not giving the little girl her present. Number 9. Santa forgets his bag. Now, on this next clip, there's another example of the infinite magic of Santa. Two teenagers were at home, and although they were a little too old to be receiving gifts from Santa, Santa was still nice enough to pay them a visit. Little did he know, though, that they would catch him on camera, or he might not have come. At first, they saw Santa placing gifts under their Christmas tree, which went on for a little while before he finally disappears. His work there was done. Or was it? Just moments after Santa had left, the two teenagers went near the fireplace and found a bag of goodies that he had mistakenly left. But just as one of the two teenagers was about to touch the bag, it magically disappeared into thin air. Perhaps Santa finally noticed something was missing and summoned it back to himself. Whatever the case may be, I'm just glad that we got to experience more of the magic of Christmas Eve. Santa sure surprised these two teenagers with his shocking move, and he can be such a tease sometimes. Number 8. Magically teleported Santa. Now, if you had magic in your bones, wouldn't you use it to go wherever you want and never have to walk again? Santa's philosophy is about going from home to home while delivering gifts. Until now, we've seen a lot of videos where Santa teleports in and out of homes with the utmost of ease and convenience, and for an older man like Santa, it's definitely a great arrangement. In the next video, Santa can be seen teleporting into the house next to the Christmas tree with footage that proves it all. It seems as though Santa just jumped into the air at one place and landed in another. Santa delivers the presents that he came to deliver, and then just as he's about to leave, he spots a peculiar thing on the Christmas tree. There's an elf on the shelf buried deep within the tree, and from the looks of it, Santa seems to be quite taken back by it. In fact, he likes it so much that he takes it off of the tree and puts it in his pocket. What do you know? This family gave Santa a gift as well, albeit unknowingly. Number 7. A gift made of magic. In the next video, Santa would be captured using actual magic to make presents on the spot. Maybe his elves had forgotten about this particular home and had yet to make the presents beforehand, leaving Santa no choice but to use his magic to make the presents. And little did he know, this father and daughter duo had installed a security camera in their living room, which caught the entire thing. In the clip, you can see Santa move his hands around, create green sparks, and then move around the Christmas tree before finally transforming into presents. But that's not all. When the father saw how Santa was standing in their living room, he called out to him and began to start running towards him, and that's when Santa ran for the door and quickly disappeared into thin air, leaving only a few carrots on the ground. Now, I don't know about you, but I would love some magical presents that Santa created just with his magic alone. Number 6. Santa being uncharacteristically loud. Everyone knows that Santa is a quiet visitor who makes the least amount of noise so that no one will wake up and find him on his mission to deliver presents to all the children of the world. But in the next video, you're not going to find Santa being as quiet as you're used to seeing him. At first, he comes in with a bag full of goodies and stands in front of the Christmas tree, admiring it. He then sniffs some yummy delights and finds cookies and milk under the tree. We all know that Santa loves cookies, and he dives right in. When he's done munching, Santa stands up again to take out his presents, but seeing as though he's been doing that all night, he must have been tired and used his magic to unpack the gifts and place them under the Christmas tree. This would be captured in the footage as the whole thing happened instantly, and we wish that we could also swish our hands in the air and make objects move, but alas, none of us are Santa Claus. Number 5. Star or Santa? The next clip is nothing short of magical because what initially was thought to be a star actually turned out to be Santa instead. And who is Santa if